And we are live for the sporadic decision to do a video game, well, computer game, from my childhood. The earliest eras of my childhood where I was really into shows. So, let's get this started. I downloaded it today, and I'm actually very impressed with how little time it took to get a 1999 game functioning. Because, my goodness golly, sometimes getting these old games working is a little bit of a pain in the patootie. Frogger 2 comes to mind. When I streamed Frogger 2, that was a nightmare to get that one running on my computer. This one only took about an hour of troubleshooting, and I was completely up. So, I am stoked for this. So, yeah, I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes, just let people join in, because I know sometimes Twitch does the stupid little ads, yada 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 yada. So, yeah, here goes nothing. And, hey, Jaya, come on, let's crawl, gotta crawl. And, yep, Silas, right on cue, is complaining about Twitch ads. Glad to see you guys tonight, and glad to hang out with you guys. And I'm looking forward to the other streams that people have been talking about today. I did not realize that it would just automatically select for you if you waited long enough. Hopefully that selected the right one. Here we go! The game with the old openers, which at the time when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, it's such cool graphics. And now that I'm looking at it now, I'm just laughing my buttocks off. Like this. I remember this feeling so realistic to me as a kid. I remember this little thing right here, and I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. That's, like, now I'm just like, it's the most pixelated thing I've ever seen in my existence. By the way, how is sound volume balance for this one? Because the game does have, and I am warning in advance, some repetitive noises that could get annoying if they're too loud. And this was back during the era where we actually put film clips into the video games. Don't you remember that era? Lots easier than doing the cutscenes, especially created cutscenes. Game's quiet, but that's fine. Okay. I can, when we get to the menu, also bump the game up slightly. Bum 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 da dun 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 dum bum ba dum bum 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 dun da dun. Like, this is such an underrated theme song. Like, let's be real. Very underrated theme song. Okay, let's see if I can't get audio up a little bit better. Oh yeah, I have the audio for the game down way low. Let's bump it up a little bit and hopefully not too loud. There we go. And, Silas, that's the one that you were looking for last night. Yes, exactly. Okay. The game does weird things when we... Okay. Gonna have to restart the game, that's okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that theme song for A Bug's Life is just, it's so peppy, it's optimistic, it has a little bit of triumph. It's just, it's good feeling. And maybe that's sort of funny when you consider that A Bug's Life is still panned as, violent. Whatever. I think it fits in perfectly with the scope of the game, where they're not, with the scope of the movie, they're not trying to be too serious. They're just looking to have fun. And I feel like the orchestration and the compositions hit right at that itch of the personality of it. And yes, Randy Newman did do the whole thing. So we're doing the training, and hopefully they tell me what the key bindings are, because I did not find the key bindings in the options screen when I was testing that this game worked.
Yeah! Well, hello there, Flint.
Okay, throwing the berry.
A long time ago, that the ant's most basic line of defense
First
is
try.
your berry throw. Leave a few around by hitting your throw button. Go on, my boy. Give it a go.
Yep, that thespian dude. I do not remember what his name is, and I even watched the movie again last night. This is how I got the inspiration to replay this. You have to give me credit. First try, I got the right button right.
Now, Flick.
Jump.
There are a lot
Probably
of places to explore.
Nope.
But
Okay,
you
that
can't
one.
run anywhere you want willy-nilly. Sometimes you have to jump. Go on, hop around a bit.
I like how stupid the dialogue is, but of course, you know, all video game tutorials are pretty stupid and contrived.
Looking good.
Oh, the
Now,
freaking
when
butt
faced with a less
stomps.
than cooperative foe, put your abdomen into it. If you hit the jump button twice, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I mean, why did they think that, like, a butt punching the ground was a good maneuver for the game? I mean, yeah, they use it to good effect, but who thought, we're gonna do an ant game, what we need to do is have them smash their ass!
Flick, the world around you is alive. From the
Butts.
time I was a pupa, I found useful seeds peppered
Okay, the
throughout the land.
camera panning is
If you
really
unlock
weird.
their mysteries, they will help you complete your journey. You can grab onto a seed by pushing the throw button. Drop it by hitting the throw button again.
Yeah, so this was on multiple platforms. It, you know, did its thing. It made its rounds. Okay.
This seed is embedded in the soil, but you can still grab it. When you're ready, you can crack open a seed by using the trusty bounce.
There we go. Yep, I remember all
If you
this.
want to grow something new, simply pick up the plant. You dispose of it with the throw button.
Man, they really are getting use out of those two buttons. You played this!
Jiminy cricket! I haven't seen a token that color in years. Very valuable, these tokens. They allow you to grow different plants. You see, the more tokens you find, the more possibilities you open up. Go
Man.
on, pick up the token. When you find a seed, you can change its color by pressing your seed color button.
Oh man, the camera panning is so annoying. The seed color button? Seriously? Oh, I forgot that you could do a and then why does a ant need to do a handstand? We're testing buttons now. This is why we were doing the tutorial. Oh, cool, I get to see how many lives I have. Nope.
When you find a seed, you can change its color by pressing your seed color button.
Seed color button. Yeah, what the frickin' is... Yeah, that's why I didn't want the volume too loud, was the flick grunts, because just imagine, like every 2 seconds, and it's over my voice. Okay, shoot, what is the seed color button? Maybe I need to look up online what the frickin' key bindings are. There's only so many options. There it is! I pushed that.
Crack open the seed, Flick.
There we go.
You'll need to find another green token before you can reach the top.
Okay, there we go. I definitely... Yeah, all of this is so familiar. I've
First,
definitely
grow
played
your
this a lot.
Standard bouncing mushroom. Find the next seed and color it green. Crack that green seed open.
I mean, really calling it an action game was,
Well done.
optimistic.
Reach that ledge by using the mushroom to get to the leaf and onto the ledge.
Yep.
Flick, our sustenance comes from the grain. Collect 50
It's actually sort of
pieces
cute,
and gain full health. Spell Flick to gain a new life. Secrets about our world can be unlocked by eliminating all enemies, collecting all the grain, and spelling out your name.
Go.
super berry.
I'll let you in on a secret, Flip. Shall I? A blueberry is twice as effective as a red berry. A little red berry won't even wrinkle the exoskeleton of a grasshopper. Some berries, like the greens and the purples, home in on your foes. But the best berry of all is the gold. Find the elusive gold berry, and your enemies will trouble you no further.
Oh, that's right. You could upgrade the berries that you were throwing to make them more powerful. Okay, I'm remembering things now. Yeah. You know, actually, the daisies here are pretty cute for the simplicity of the game's appearance. Oh, yep. That's why you did butt stabs. I remember this. Okay.
Yeah!
And then, actually, I think you're supposed to win the... There it goes. To win the training, you're supposed to get that and hit, yep, 4 of them. Look at me, I'm remembering this. You can definitely tell I played this before.
Oh, yeah! Oh, come on!
Balls. Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna leave a stain.
There we go. Okay. I didn't get very far with the game, but I definitely freaking played this. I'm pretty sure it was your cousin's copy. I mean, that's pretty entertaining, nevertheless. I mean, you know, I was expecting that nobody would have been aware of this game, because, I mean, I guess I don't know how popular the Disney interactive games were or weren't. They were about the only thing that I played as a kid. I didn't play, like, serious video games. Whatever. But I played lots of these, and then other people would talk about, oh yeah, I was a gamer and I played, and they list off, like, all these classic titles. I'm like, I played the Monsters, Inc. game.
Oh, yeah!
Tom and Jerry
Having
Brawler.
too much grain. F-L-I-K spells flick.
That's
Well,
me.
all right.
There we go, and I passed it perfectly. So, yeah, there were actually I guess I can save, not like it really matters. I can't type more. That's as far as it goes. There. Man, yeah, this is coming back to me. So, you know, A Bug's Life is really one of those movies that, fascinatingly enough, just disappears into people's consciousness. You never see people talk about it unless they're talking about every single Disney Pixar movie that has been in existence. Like, this is the Pixar forgotten film. It's not hated. It just seems like the neutral movie that was unforgettable to people. Whereas for me as a kid, this was probably one of the most formative things to my creativity, and I cannot make that up. This was one of the most formative things to my creativity, and I can get into that. And go through the movie clip. Alright, so a brawler, like a 3D isometric viewer brawler where you play as various animals in the Tom and Jerry universe, starting with the titular characters, and you could use environmental objects to beat the... See, the thing is, the reason why I was like a Tom and Jerry brawler is that sounds familiar to me. It's not anything I would have owned, but for the strangest reason, that feels familiar to me. And I'm trying to think if that's just a false memory coming into my brain, like they sometimes do when you want to confirm somebody, or if I actually am touching some vague, deep, dark recess of my forgotten conscious. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that one up later just to see if any of the images look familiar. Who knows? Okay, welcome to Ant Island, and I know exactly what this level looks like without even pushing the start key. I remember what this one looks like. The level that I remember liking the most is, I think, number 2, which is when you're down in the tunnels. It could be tedious because, as a kid, you don't have very good problem-solving skills, but I liked how it looked.
Yeah!
So there we go.
Ant Island.
Yep, here we go.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, right.
Over here.
that?
That's right. Okay. Yep, this is
Over here.
coming back.
Well, isn't this nice?
I think you're supposed to look into these for some reason. Oh, right, because you're supposed to change something so that you can...
That's where I need to go.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Okay. I like how, you are completely just wandering around randomly, and the game allows you just to spontaneously kill
anthill.
people. Like, we really thought this one through. Ah, the fucking... Yep, I remember these, and I remember hating these guys.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Just picking up grain here. That helps. Ah, the life of an ant.
Yeah, he just constantly talks. Like, why did they make this decision to have him constantly talk? Who thought this would actually, you know, be enjoyable? I don't think the worms... Well, the worms
What
have
a
to be
beautiful day in my
killer.
neighborhood.
What's the button to use this?
It's harvest
There
time.
we go. Not like I remember what to do with this one.
Fresh air.
But at least I remember how to get onto that. Okay. Maybe one of your friends had it. See, the thing is, I didn't really play video games with friends except for one of my childhood friends. And that wouldn't have been a game that he would have gotten. So,
The day started off so
I
nice.
don't know where I would have encountered it, because it was literally just that one friend that I played with. And, you know, I did get, exposure to some fun games and some classic games through him, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater stuff, as we would always play that together and get pissed at each other. Ah, don't you love these graphics?
Well, will you look at that? Gotta get to the anthill.
This is already calmer than the movie. It really is. The action in this game is not very action-y. As I said a few minutes ago, it's not, calling it an
Well,
action
will you
game is
look at
really
that?
pushing it. It's more of a problem-solving
Ant
game,
Island.
I would say, honestly. I don't think I can do anything more there. I do
Well,
not
isn't
remember
this
what you
nice?
did with his stupid little machine thing. I do not remember. I'll go back later. Usually you have to go back later for these games to get all of the everything if you want to be
Life of an
completionist,
ant.
right? Oh right, there's another one I can get here. Balls! I did not want that. You know, this is also the problem of making every single control the same thing. It's literally only 2 buttons. Well, 3 with the color changing one. Yeah,
The day started
yeah,
off so
yes,
nice.
exactly. Thank you, Silas. It's like, it is not.
Bye-bye, Buggy.
In the least an action game. But I guess it makes it sound cool.
Fresh air.
Just trying to get, because like, basically more of what you're doing than anything else is
What a
trying to
beautiful day in
find
my
things
neighborhood.
and climb out of things. Like, yeah. There we
Ooh, that's gonna
go.
leave a stain.
Like, that feels really insensitive as a bug to say that's going to leave a stain, because, like, you're just acknowledging the
Ant
horrors
Island.
of your life that, oh shoot, I remember that one. The horrors of your life that everyone gets squished. Like, ooh, that's gonna leave a stain sounds so insensitive. It's sort of funny. Okay.
Well,
You
isn't
can
this
jump
nice?
on, grab these vines and swing and grab things. Let's see if I can remember what the button is. No! Well, it was either going to be one of those 2 buttons. Let's see. Is it that one jump?
Gotta get to the anthill.
It is... Can you climb up it? Like... Yep, the game doesn't let you cheat that way. You know, the music actually is not crappy.
Ah, the
Like, all
life
things
of an
considered.
ant.
That's not crappy. I feel like I have to jump up higher. I remember that's how I solved it as a kid, was us going up like this and constantly bouncing up and trying to re-get it according to the amount of finickiness of the controls. And Silas saying this isn't even action by the standards of the era too. Like this was the exactly. Exactly. But again, you know, it's a cute Disney game for like 10-year-olds. I pushed the wrong fucking button. So, you know, they're just here to make it sound cool, and what are you even gonna name a game like this, right? Honestly, they could have picked anything else and it would have been more exciting and more interesting. There we frickin' go. Okay, let's time it. This is gonna be so much easier as an adult than a kid. Yep. Look at that. Already got it. And she wants me to go this direction. And there's a worm, so we stay away from the worm. We didn't see any worms in the movies, and now I feel, robbed by this.
Take that!
And I know how you feel about the word roguelike and road, like, you and your opinions on that one. It's pretty entertaining, honestly. But I don't blame you for, balls, being, firm in your definitions. And I remember that...
Nice one. Well,
well,
isn't this nice?
I remember you did something with these golden ones. Not the spiky ones. The golden ones did something. What was it? Of course, now that I'm staring at it, it doesn't do anything.
I'm invincible!
That's right, there's a sudden invincibility thing.
Ah, the life of
Yeah,
an ant.
I don't know why. Can I smash you in the butt?
Ooh, that's gonna leave a
Yes.
stain.
See, again, why did they decide that, like, you kill everyone with your butt?
Brain, green, brain.
Flick did not have a clapping ass in the movie.
And the day started off
I've
so nicely.
seen some pretty opinionated
Yeah!
online articles regarding roguelike versus roguelite, and the funny thing for those to me, honestly, is that they had different definitions and opinions than you. I just loved it. I'm like, oh, if Silas read these, there would be so many more opinions. I do like the grain collection
grain,
sound, for whatever reason.
What a beautiful day in my neighborhood.
Oh, balls, I missed that one.
This way, Flick.
Do-do-do-do.
Nice one!
Right, you have to butt that guy.
Ant Island.
Where am I? Okay, fine.
That!
Guess I have to go that way. Really is a kid's game since they're telling you which direction to go the entire time, right? When your design isn't good enough that you
Well,
have to
isn't
tell
this
them. Just kidding. Mario does butt slams in Super Mario, but they... Well, Mario at least has cake. Not like I want us to debate the finer points of Mario cake,
Ooh, that's gonna leave
but
a
I
stain.
am right on that.
Oh, yeah!
I remember this even being a point of contention when the new Mario movie was coming out and people were like, Mario doesn't have enough cake in that promotional image. Don't think I've forgotten that.
What a beautiful day in my neighborhood. This I can use.
Okay. If only seeds actually worked like that.
That helps.
Okay. Okay.
And the day started off so nicely.
It's still nice. Nothing bad has happened, my dude. Alright, you don't need to bounce on that one. You can just climb up.
This I can use. Gotta get to the anthill.
Okay.
Follow me.
Oh, the windmill seeds. I'm remembering things. I am remembering things. Okay, so there's the anthill.
Ant Island.
But I still need to get crap. Is there a button where I can see what crap I have and haven't gotten? There's my lives. Change the visuals. Come on. Maybe the exit. Nope. Fine.
Well, isn't
Let me
this
see
nice?
what I have to get. What do I have left? It's freaking... Seriously? You really... The graphics look better than they did in Toy Story. I mean, Toy Story was 2D and this is 3D. I think the Toy Story one actually has aged better because you can do stylized pixelization, which they did. Whereas once you have polygons in 3D look like polygons, you've lost hope.
Nice one.
So honestly, the screen caps of this make it look pretty bad, and now that I'm playing it, I'm like, you know, this is actually tolerable
The game
visually.
started off so nicely.
But, you know,
This way, Flick.
obviously this is an old game.
Yeah! Take that! Yeah! Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah!
that hurt just slamming everything into your big booty? I'm gonna make butt jokes. I'm sorry. How do I not make butt jokes?
Fresh air.
When all they have are just butt stuff everywhere. Okay, so I have to get that one up there. But now I'm at the helicopter one, which is a very normal plant that totally exists.
Progress.
Ballerina.
beautiful day in
Or
my
actually, it's like, you know
neighborhood.
those spinny fairies where you went whoop and they flew up and they went whee! Sometimes you can, I think you get him to spin when he lands and that's funny. Can I get that?
Getting dizzy.
There we go.
Getting dizzy.
I remember that. It's probably a, yeah, that's, I mean, that's definitely a glitch, but
Ant
it's funny.
Island.
Okay. Oh shoot, what was that? What do I still have to get?
Well,
I mean, I might as well be
isn't this
completionist. This is absolutely the game you remember? Oh my goodness. So, guess what, Brady? Silas remembers playing this too. So I am utterly befuddled beyond belief. Sorry, I have to put some stupid bug pun in there. That there are people who also played this game. Because I did not expect anyone to know what this thing was. Yeah, that was...
nice? The life of an ant.
Goldberry!
Alright.
Damage
Now I
with
get to
this.
permanently kill people. A game about killing people from a movie that some people complain about for the violence. Which when I rewatched it, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
What a beautiful day in my neighborhood.
I mean, the most... Like, you know,
Follow me.
I feel like different types of violence hit people at different ages. Like, you know, yeah, obviously Flick got beat up actually on screen, complete with showing bruises everywhere and not being able to stand up. But I feel like as an adult, what was more fascinating to me was seeing how realistic of a villain Hopper was. Like, I have all the more appreciation for him as a villain just because, like, holy cow, they really showed how you actually physically, brutally manipulate people
So nicely.
with psychological crap as well. Like, yeah. You barely made it to the city because the dandelion flying part was too much fun. Oh my gosh, Silas, are you kidding me? You freaking nerd. So PlayStation 64, I did the PC version. That is utterly wild, dudes. I am so entertained.
Ant Island.
I think the only difference between the games was a little bit of visual minor differences just from rendering it on different
This way, Flick.
systems. You know, the city, I remember as a kid feeling underwhelming because it wasn't like
Well,
zooming
isn't
with
this
3 billion ants. Of course, the problem with that is that, you know, this was a 1999 video game. They couldn't make that many
The life of a
ants.
regular
Oh, why am I
East
smushing them when I should be
Nice one.
murdering them with the gold? Okay, there's the eye. Get it?
This I can use.
Did I get the whole name? I got the whole name.
The day
Okay.
started off so nicely.
So I just need to kill people. I got all the grain, I just need to kill people. Fantastic!
Nice one.
I can kill people. I love how video games just
This way, Flick.
Fresh air.
reward you for
yeah.
killing people. I mean, that was the real brilliance of Undertale, right?
Oh yeah. Bye-bye, Buggy.
And he's so happy about killing people. Although, again, kudos to things that you no longer see in Disney movies was Flick intentionally
beautiful
killing
day,
Hopper.
my
Yeah,
neighborhood.
it was the bird, technically. But let's be
Oh,
real.
yeah.
Flick was intentionally killing him. And that was sort of refreshing. Just the good old-fashioned villain
Let's
death
go to
on
the
screen. We can use a little bit more of that, is villains that, like, get their comeuppance in really dramatic
Island.
ways. There's other tokens I could get. Is the game not going to reward me if I don't get those tokens? Do you think I need to get the tokens? I have Flick.
Well,
I have the
isn't
50
this
out of 50. I have everything I think I need. So let's go up. Yep. As Silas is saying, rendering a lot of Rendo-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. A lot of moving entities on screen eats up so much resources. Exactly. That even modern games struggle with it.
Gotta get to the anthill.
Exactly. So, you know,
Oh,
as a kid, I didn't understand that. And so I was just like,
Having too much grain.
"Aw, it's not...
L-I-K spells Flick. That's me. Well, all right.
It's not all hubbubby excitement, and I really wanted that cool city experience, but yeah. So what does... So, I mean, has there been a, on-screen... Actually, maybe I shouldn't ask this, because then people will start bringing up movies I haven't watched yet. I was gonna say, has there been an on-screen villain death since Tangled? And gosh, I don't remember the exact little details of how that scene went down. I can only go by what you're describing. I mean, yeah, Eric directly killed Ursula, and that was nice. I mean, I like me my good on-screen villain deaths. Like, kill them when they're poopy butts, like Gaston died. Clayton got strangled on camera. You know, we've become wimps. We cannot handle anything. So just watching an old movie again where they're like, yeah, the villain's gonna go down, he's gonna die. I'm like, ah, heck yeah, I'm into this. Wreck-It Ralph is still a bit of time. Oh, speaking of animated cool stuff, I have a friend who is helping me play the game tonight. I've got Avocado from Final Space. I'm probably the only person in our little group of friends who's watched Final Space, but I am so excited to have my boy with me. So, I thought I would share him. My cool, awesome space cat man is, I wouldn't say cheering me on, but, because that's not exactly his personality. Well, maybe it is, but he is assisting me in bad-awesomery. Silas, San Francisco Rush, an old racing game for the 64, managed to add more NPCs in the spectator. Yep, nope, that was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Well, TV shows ain't the same thing as movies. I'm thinking of, like, the, actual Disney animated releases. But yeah, Stan and Bill was, also yummy. Although, you know, Bill can still come back, so. I like how short the movie scenes are, too. Do you want to save? Yes, we're saving Hot Abdomen. Save over this game. Yes. I don't remember that, oh man. There it goes. Tunnels! See, I remembered right that Tunnels was the second one. Someone has to give me credit for all this correct memory. So actually, guys, I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break, and I'm also gonna get myself tea because I'm a tea slut. If you need to bathroom break or grab snacks or whatever crap, now is the time. So yeah. Ooh, and right as Brady mentioned something really cool, I will come back to Cool Convo. Ugh. Tripping over myself. Hopefully the music playing in the background was not annoying. So Brady was talking about, does Into the Spider-Verse count for on-screen deaths? And it's an interesting point because I was thinking about like the used to be G but is now rated PG because we're stupid and contrived set of movies that are very much intended for kid plus family audiences, like the Disneys and the Pixars. Those really have left the on-screen deaths behind. But with some of the animation renaissance, with increasingly better for all ages movies like Into the Spider-Verse, yeah, I mean, you're right, those do have the on-screen sorts of deaths, and that is important for me to remember too. And I appreciate the return to form, as it were, because I was actually talking with Silas the other day about all the ways that I find watching older movies refreshing anymore, and I can certainly get into that as we play. So it's not just the on-screen deaths of villains especially, having no fear in killing off the bad guys. There are other factors that I feel like have been phased out of movies from 20, 25 years ago that I crave for now. So, yeah. Let's go into the tunnels. You seem like you were thrilled about that level with the, oh gosh, the tunnels comment right there. I remember it being difficult for Kid Me, but I also remember liking the vibe. I like how someone pointed out, okay, so I know ants are really strong as all, but could they really have lifted those rocks back into place? Things that you don't think about as a kid. Level 2, tunnel run, locate the entrance to the council chambers. Because I really want to be put on trial for all the crap that I've done. Just kidding.
Yeah!
Okay, I'm remembering the soundtrack. And again, this is not bad background music. Like, it's really not. I'm liking the absurd amount of flutes in this video game soundtrack.
Eva doesn't
Like,
like it. I like it.
The music doesn't sound as outdated as it was. I cannot talk today. The music does not sound as outdated as one would expect.
Gotcha! Nice one!
Still like how they're like, yeah,
Yes, I
let's kill
can
people.
use.
Just picking up grain here.
Right, you have to get a certain amount of grain before you go to places.
Yeah!
This is why you could get lost in this, if I remember right. But do they draw... Oh, cool. Things that I don't remember as a kid was all the drawings on the walls. And I know they had drawings in the movies along the tunnels, which was pretty sexy. But I did not pay attention... Ah, balls. Screw you.
Oh, yeah!
Did not pay attention to that as a kid in the game. And again, sorry about the visual rotation.
Nice one!
This game just has a wonky camera pan.
I need more grain. Yeah! Nice one!
Do. Boing.
That!
Okay,
Eva
I
doesn't like it.
distinctly
I like
remember
it.
getting lost in this now. Okay. And then this tells me something cool. What's at the end of this tunnel? The exit.
That's where I need to go.
Okay. Sexy. So one thing about A Bug's Life that I think is hilarious, as a kid I understood the implications back then, but as an adult I think it's really funny that they thought about things like digging in the tunnels was community service.
Yeah!
Like, please tell me that is not entertaining. And also that Flick was so bad at it that they didn't want him to repeat it. Yeah. Boing.
Nice one!
Do, 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 do. 11. I needed to get at least 20 for certain things. Maybe I should just go as far to the end as possible and then backtrack. Maybe do it that way. I remember throwing that stupid seed across. I'll get there when I get there.
Eva doesn't like it.
I
like
obviously
it.
need higher things before I can get to that one. 20. I am I am vibing with the music. And now we're at 20, so we can now get places. Oh,
excuse
poopy.
me.
That's right.
These berries don't work.
I forgot about the grasshoppers coming through the walls like they do in the movie. You know, if there was more sense of urgency, like having to, you know...
You're probably mad, aren't you?
to be chased by them.
Super berry.
Man, it sure would change how scary it is for them to fall. Although I will admit that the drop was very sudden to me, and I'm like, oh crap!
Rain,
Even
rain,
as,
rain.
okay. So yeah, if you just triggered these all in a row as you kept on running forward, yeah, I sort of see the
Excuse me.
thing that they're, indicating with it, I guess. They are indicating a sense of you being chased if you just raced straight forward without
You're
moving.
probably mad, aren't you?
Okay, I might... Okay, I can hurt them now.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Good. That makes my life easier. Darn, he's right-handed.
Bye-bye,
That's
Buggy.
sad. 30? Okay. Oh, and there's little arrows, too. Man, how did I get lost if there were arrows everywhere?
That. Bye bye, Buggy.
Oh! Mother of butts, I'm about to die from stupidity! Another comment that I'm really grateful for is that I didn't know whether or not my stream would work since the last time I tried to stream. It was when I was doing School of Dragons and it just wasn't working for whatever reason. I was all scared that Streamlabs would still be in its weird glitchy state, but it appears to be no problems at all.
Iridescent lighting. I like it.
Okay, there we go. Go backity. Can I? I can hurt the worm.
Yeah.
I have to be careful or I'm gonna do the die. You were taking a bathroom break and getting popcorn. So I can restart the level if you want. You haven't missed too much. I'm actually just backtracking to the beginning because
Bye bye, Buggy.
That helps.
I have to get a certain amount of grain before I can go across certain chasms. Like, see right there, it says 20.
Progress.
So, you'll see the whole thing.
Gotcha.
You haven't missed too much.
That helps.
I was,
Iridescent lighting. I like it.
reflecting on the fact, that it's not just, villains dying in family-oriented children's movies that's refreshing. It's also
Bye bye.
other aspects of older films that feel really refreshing to me, and why visiting them again feels just so good. Like, there's some things that I
Oh,
really
yeah.
wish we could bring back.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. I think this is the start one. I forgot again why you had to get his little machine thing. Like, why did they have that? You don't like how I say chasm? I know it's pronounced both ways.
This I can use.
Oh, rubble.
Oh, balls. What is that? Okay, so I remember you light those things up, but I don't remember what it was. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can
Picking up grain here.
hit the,
Nice one.
I
Yeah.
the rocks falling from the sky. I think they hurt you? Oh, I'm starting to remember why you get lost in this so easy now. Crap.
Progress.
Holy cow, this is easy to get lost in. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Gotcha.
Oh, this is gonna be so usable. No, 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 no. Balls. Crap.
Iridescent lighting. I like it.
Ooh. That's a cruel location.
Well, will you look at that?
No, don't hurt me when I'm doing other things.
Oh,
Spider, I
yeah.
don't like you. Okay. I don't think I can reach that. I can get up there. Not going to yet. I'm gonna go to the...
Bye bye, Buggy.
I'm gonna get
Nice
lost.
one.
I'm gonna get lost, y'all. I am going to get lost.
That helps.
Okay. Need like a freaking map somewhere. Okay, there's the F.
Oh, yeah!
Are you
I like it.
Why? That was clever of a location. I will grant you that much.
Nice one!
Boo.
That!
Am I gonna
Nice
completionist
one!
this, guys? Am I gonna try to completionist this?
That!
Guess we'll say, how long does Haddock's patience patient?
Oh, yeah!
Oh, I can reach that one. I mean, as an adult, I will do this a lot faster than I did as a kid. I mean, I'm already going much further as an adult.
Gotcha! Yeah!
Grain, grain, grain.
Oh, yeah!
That helps.
Realistically speaking, the ants wouldn't have any foreigners,
Yeah!
foreign creatures, like spiders in their tunnels. Okay, another one of those things.
Rubble!
Rubble.
Oh, they have different colors.
Progress.
That's 10. Man, I'm gonna... It's, yeah, not worth completionisting it. Yeah, probably not, especially since it's more about reliving childhood memories than being a good video gamer, right? This clearly
I can
needs...
use.
Okay, there we go. Spinny! I think you can actually
Even
kill
doesn't
people
like
like this,
I
or
like it.
did you actually get injured with it? Oh,
Bye-bye, Buggy.
see? Now which direction was I going? This way? I think so because it's shaking on
And the
me.
walls keep tumbling down. Gotcha!
And actually, the ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah! The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah! Da dun da 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 dun da dun da dun da 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 dun, and the walls come tumbling down. JK. Let's see.
Nice one!
Okay.
That helps.
Yeah, I'm starting to see
That!
some
That
questions in design for this.
Yeah.
Like, why did they do this?
Gotcha!
Okay, I already went in there, I think.
That!
That is a very forgiving
Bye-bye,
hitbox.
tumbling down.
Usually it's the opposite on these stupid games where something really... Usually it's my injuries.
Come on!
Okay, I was right. You do get hurt by that thing falling down. Main tunnel. Okay, we are back on the main tunnel.
Bye-bye,
We are not
Buggy.
lost.
Yeah!
Did I have not gone through that one. Okay. You could do a Joshua fought... Yep. I could do all sorts of things.
Bye-bye, Buggy.
Man, you're reminding me of how excited I got when you asked me about the When Johnny Comes Marching Home
Iridescent
song
light. I like it.
online. It is cool from a historic perspective how that song morphed over time. Have I gone in this one? No.
This I can use.
What are even those
Nice
for?
one.
This game really doesn't explain things, does it? Except that tells you, like, where you've been, I guess. Okay, there's an ant over there. Why don't they have antenna in their art?
Oh, come on! Bye-bye, Buggy.
You know, the "Oh come on" line is very well understood because that is exactly how you feel when you get hit. I think that one's a stuck... Nope, that one's not a stuck in the ground one. Okay. Yeah.
This I
we
can
go.
use.
Yeah, the... When Johnny Comes Marching Home is like the Civil War song. The Civil War song. And I love that it originated with all sorts of drinking song versions of it, where they're all just bitching angrily about going to war. Like, that's honestly really cool and fascinating and makes a ton of historic sense that you would have all these drinking songs about being fucked dead, right? I'm not gonna be able to reach that one. Nope.
Progress.
Oh my... Die, you piece of...
This I can
Okay,
use.
so that presumably means we're halfway. Whoa, we're halfway there.
Nice one.
Okay, next one.
Progress. That helps.
I hate grasshoppers.
Gotcha. Nice one. Oh yeah.
There that guy goes.
You know, these guys don't look too happy.
Oh, I'm almost dead.
Picking up grain here.
Can I kill him?
Nice one.
Turn me around. Nope. If I die after doing
And
all
the
this
walls
effort, I'm gonna be
tumbling
pissed.
down.
Although I guess I do have multiple lives. Nope. Nope. Over here. No, 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 no. There's a... No! I missed it. Fine. Let's see. Oh. I'm expected to have had a longer, taller leaf by now. Right, I need to be careful or I'm gonna die.
Excuse me. And the walls came tumbling down.
Okay.
Nice one.
Please give
are
me
you here for the
a
grain?
life leaf. I just want a life leaf.
That. You're probably mad, aren't you? You know, these guys don't look too
Nice
happy.
one.
Okay. Well, we'll at least go here. I am not gonna linger trying to get everything. I
And
really
the
am not.
walls came tumbling down.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm just trying to remember how life went. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die.
Excuse me.
That.
Oh, rubble.
Okay.
Rubble.
Yeah, like I can see if I ran straight through this, just start to end, that it would have a sense of anticipation, I guess.
Nice one.
Still very much a kid. Oh, balls.
you're probably
Okay, at least there's
mad,
not
aren't
a...
Nice one.
At least it's very forgiving. It doesn't take you to a checkpoint further back. That's fine then.
That. Nice one.
you? You know, these guys don't look too bad. That helps. Oh, are you here for the grain?
Okay.
Ah.
Come on. This is actually very speedrunnable.
That.
You're probably mad, aren't you?
Nice one. Progress. Oh yeah. That.
Excuse me.
Okay, so I clearly missed a letter. That's okay. I'm
And the walls came tumbling down.
balls.
Grain, grain,
Eh,
grain.
I got all the grain though. That does deserve some commendation.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't get the gold berry, but I got all the grain.
Having too much
We'll
grain.
count that as a win. I got this chai mix perfect. Like, impressively perfect. So one of the other areas, I am just gonna keep on going with this theme, especially since chat is quiet right now, of things that I miss about older movies. And one of them is women and men treated like equal without us trying to obsess over showing it. Showing girl bossing with like this sense of, look at what we're doing! Bam! Like, I was watching A Bug's Life, and it's actually very gender equal. And in some pretty cool ways, really. Especially because you'll have female characters who have abilities that the male characters don't. They stuck with it that only the women ants have wings. So if you want Flick to get from A to B sometimes, Ada has to literally pick him up and carry him. Rosie's the only spider, and ergo she's the only one who can spin webs. You know, we do things like that. But it's also, within the world building, we have a, we based upon the idea of ant queens being the center of an anthill, so we have a monarchy that is based upon daughter to daughter to daughter, mother to daughter succession, which is really nice. Lots of female characters, diverse personalities, and then there are many times that you actually notice Ada saves Flick. Like, Flick doesn't have a physical edge over anyone. Like, he's not a fighter, and they don't make him magically a fighter in the last act. In fact, the entire point of him standing up to Hopper is that he is not physically able to fight back, and he gets the abdomen kicked out of him. Like, that's the entire point. And you see Adam multiple times in the last act helping Flick along, because they don't give him magical healing through that part, too. He's hurt the entire time. So you see a whole lot of things like that where, you know, Flick could not have survived the final act without Ada on like 3 separate occasions. And then also with the bird, who ended up flying the bird, who ended up being the last hope for the anthill. It was Dot and her blueberry scouts, just, you know, a bunch of little girls. There was no joke about, oh, little girls, or trying to make a point of, oh yeah, girls, look at them, girls. You know, it just was very tense in the moment of, this is our last hope, and you take them seriously, you know. Again, men and women are treated very equally, but it's not trying to, sort of over-rub this idea of, look, we put women first in our movies, which actually comes up as a lot backwards compared to what we were doing with movies in this era. So that's a vent, but it's things like that that just I miss in movies from 20 years ago. And I will repeatedly say, in Jurassic Park. Oh, balls, I did not remember this one. Okay, like Jurassic Park, 1993. Women were treated better than the reboot. Change my mind. Yep, Sonic Boom quote. I hate that that quote just repeatedly comes up and is relevant. Man, I forgot about this. Okay, boss fight section. Right, okay, I'm remembering things now. And I'll just casually mosey through this the entire time, but that's okay. You know, again, they are not hitting it bad with the soundtrack, y'all.
He's psycho. That's why they call him Thumper.
The one thing that did not age well about this movie, though, was, if you want to call Thumper disability representation, or something, you know, we could have some long conversations about what we did with Thumper.
Grain. Picking up grain here.
Very scary as a character,
Oh yeah!
if you're not thinking about it, but, you know, thinking about implications in certain places, maybe some stuff there to think about. Oh, I'm 49. Come freaking on. Where's the last one? Seriously? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Nice Thumper.
And I know I have to get...
Need more berry power!
Yes. I need to get this. Thank you. Thank you, because this is the one... Shoot, I'm gonna... Yep, wear out. You can squish him like this, though, at least. So, come on. Rotate camera. Thank you. Okay. Okay. There we go. This one's easy enough, I might as well just completionist it, right? Just run around the room until I get the letters. I need the,
Nice one!
the golden berry anyway to defeat Thumper, probably. So, okay, so Silas's opinion. Thumper strikes me more as a berserk crack addict than as a disability stand-in. Addiction, yeah, no, that's a fair point too. I just really don't know what their intention was with Thumper. Like, Thumper doesn't talk. Thumper's sort of treated like a pet, which is weird. So the fact that Thumper is non-verbal and animalistic while being of the same species as sentient, sapient, whatever species is a little odd. But, as a kid I didn't think, oh, disability rep either. I don't know. I mean, as a kid I was oblivious to everything though, so I'm not gonna use my childhood opinions on anything here. They are hitting it well with the soundtrack. I know I've already said that, but I am repeating it. Like, I can give some kudos here. Seriously? You don't let me jump on these? Sheesh. Balls. Poopity, 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 poop, 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 poop. Holy fuck, he goes fast! Shitty, shitty, poop, poop. I like the crack addict analogy, though. That's honestly a fascinating analogy. Like, I will run with it for the simple, idea of there are worse analogies out there. And also another thing with Thumper is just like, this entire Hopper's culture is just creepy as heck. And, you know,
Nice one.
oh, come on. This is really bad navigating. Really? Are you you would not think it would be this hard. You can tell exactly how friendly the controls are with how much I struggle to do this. No, come on. Wow. Wow. Thank you, controls. Thank you. He's still a bit problematic, even if he is meant to come as a Mike Broken Junkie or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what they mean by that, but I recently found the A Bug's Life art book on eBay for cheap. So if I get some extra gift card money, I might pick it up and fuel my old childhood interests here. And get it and just see what the art book says. Because maybe they will have some interesting perspectives on Thumper and what they were thinking with him. Like, that could honestly be pretty interesting. I know almost nothing about the production of this movie because when I was interested in it, it was the first grade, right? There we go. That might not be close enough. No, that's not close enough. That's okay.
Nice one.
Oh, I needed that. Here you go. Oh, that's a very annoying location. Can I get it? Come on. Please. Really? You're making it that hard on me. Yeah, some of the boundaries in this game are a little wonky, as you would expect from a video game from literally the 90s. There it goes. Okay, so I just need one more, which is over here.
That helps.
And we are ready to kill everyone. I like how there's just this random mosquito in the middle of Thumper randomly being here.
I can do some damage with this.
Come back, mosquito. The one time I want a mosquito in my life. Come on, I need the mosquitoes before I get thumpy. Yeah,
No hard feelings.
the premise of when A Bug's Life was created in the history of Disney versus DreamWorks is honestly extremely interesting. So I guess that's true. I do know about the production of this movie through like the Ants versus A Bug's Life, and I was trying to reread up on that earlier today, but I only got through a part of it. I don't remember exactly how the idea is formulated so that they started the whole double movies on the same thing deal that went off for years. The best combination of which was the incredible Finding Nemo versus Shark Tale. For some reason, I think one movie came out ahead of the other on that one.
Flick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Your Highness, don't you see? We can send someone to get help.
Island? Now, why didn't I think of that? Oh, because it's suicide.
She's right. We never leave the island. There's snakes and birds and bigger bugs out there.
Exactly! Bigger bugs! We can find bigger bugs to come here and fight and forever rid us of Hopper and his gang. Ludicrous! Who would do a crazy thing like that?
I'll volunteer. I'd be very happy to volunteer.
You got a lot of spunk, kid, but no one's gonna help a bunch of ants.
At least we could try. Oh, I can travel to the city. I can search there.
Jaya remembers more than I do about how these two came together. So please just keep on info dumping as you remember, because it's very interesting background. I will admit I've only seen Ants once in my life, and that was during my junior year of college, is I watched it once and was like, eh. But yeah, yeah. So it's interesting. Silas talking about Thumper being more skeletal, and so me saying I think it also, like, the fact that Thumper is basically like an angry rooster ready for a cockfight, or, you know, like those dogs that have been screwed up so bad that they just want to immediately kill because they've been trained for dog fights. Like, you know, Thumper sort of has that analogy to me there. And with the amount of violence that Hopper actually has, like, again, as an adult, I appreciate it more because it's extremely realistic. Hopper is incredibly realistic and insidious in his realism. Like, that is entirely within bounds for Hopper to do that sort of terrible behavior to another insect like Thumper. Honestly. I mean, yeah, if your ideas are getting stolen by another company and everyone's doing this whole stupid back and forth, I'd be protective too. Cliffside. I remember hating this one. The one exception is Thumper in the outtakes talks. I read that as wash the butt off of your hands. I'm like, ew, Silas, keep that to yourself. Just kidding. I'm glad that you had popcorn. That sounds fantastic. I am going to start this sufferingness of a mission. No, there was no saintliness anywhere. Oh, balls. Okay. Yep. It was actually, yep, nope, I'm not looking forward to this. At least my tea tastes utterly fantastic.
Yeah!
Yep, I remember this one. This was not my favorite.
Rain.
Progress.
I like how the bird's just floating there and not dangerous at all. They really liked flutes in this soundtrack. This was
Rain, rain,
clearly
rain.
a flute player. It's not even subtle.
This I can use.
Man, some of the controls are outdated. There we go. Okay. Why did they let him do a handstand? Like, that is entirely against Flick's personality. Just saying, that is entirely against Flick's personality.
Yeah!
Oh, balls. Okay, here goes crappity poop. I remember how this works. Nope, I did not want that one.
Off we go.
Because I need to use the wind thing. Come on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Is this your favorite level? Because this level pisses me the hell out. Because of once you get into, like, the cracks. Like, it's a cool concept. Don't get me wrong, but oh my Thor. Can I pull? There I go. Okay. There it goes. I need that one. So let's see if I can get this going. So that you can go
To
up.
the riverbed
It
and beyond.
There we go.
Yeah!
Okay, I remember this. This is okay. I will give credit where credit's due. That is creative. Or maybe, you know, no, actually, it's a different level where you're in the cracks that I hate, and maybe this isn't the, this doesn't go in the cracks, in which case I don't hate this one. That Pixar wasn't is a boys' club, which is why something like Turning Red or Brave is an anomaly. Well, Brave had a really screwed up production too. I was actually reading about that a few days ago. The initial start with Brenda Chapman was with her, and that's not how it ended, but you know, because they basically discarded 80% of the original draft, I heard. Silas saying, this is it, this is the flying, I kept redoing it, I wanted to float forever, I had the most fun trying to float the entire way and avoid the cracks. You know what? Valid. This is that is a very valid response. And I think I'm probably going to enjoy this a lot more as an adult now that I am better about this.
Think happy thoughts.
You can throw things at people. Yeah, because it's when you get in the cracks that it's piss-offable.
Homing berry! Yeah! And they said boy ants couldn't fly.
Like how they phrased it that way. Man, boy ants and flying. Do I dare start about my Flick fanfiction crap?
Just gotta get past the thorn planet. For the colony!
It's amazing how much easier it is when you're an adult. Oh,
Whoa!
grains are down there. So let's get the grains. Do you actually have to fall to get everything? I don't know. That's an interesting question. Here's the eye. This is actually a very interesting question of how they... I'm gonna get...
Getting dizzy.
Maybe you have to fly the whole way to get something like that.
I can do some damage with this.
So there's that. Then you fly all the way to the end there and get the K. I think you have to fly to get the letters. I think. I think. Which as a kid it was a lot harder, and now I'm like, oh, that's easy. And I intentionally dropped because I thought I could get the grains that way, but it doesn't seem to be. I don't know, it seems like you have to be able to go back to kill people for the gold berry thing.
Yeah! Bye-bye, Bucky.
seriously, dudes, though, the flute. It's like flute porn. They were so fluty. Brenda, I don't think, can say anything because of NDAs. Probably not.
Oh no! Oh no 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 no!
Oh,
No,
interesting.
No. Ah!
Oh, well, now I can go back. Oh, that's right. That's how you die from burn. I don't know much about what Brave was intended to initially be like, but that could be fascinating.
Nice one.
Do you have to kill yourself
Hey,
to get
I'm
the
flying.
dragonflies? Or
Gotcha.
yeah, whatever they are.
Look at me! Yeah! To the riverbed
Bye-bye,
and
buddy.
beyond!
Another reason I enjoy this is flute. Woodwinds are my jam. I do love me some good woodwinds. I say with zero bias at all.
Flying high! Oh, yeah!
Oh, I think you have to go past the thorn bed or the bird eats you. I think that's what it
Think
is.
happy thoughts. Gotcha! And they said boy ants couldn't fly. Nice one! For the colony! Gotcha!
Balls. I think I almost have to die to get that K. And go all the way across into there. Yeah, I think I have to die. I'm gonna die again so that I can fly across again. Sorry, Flick, you're gonna get bird at.
Oh no! Oh no 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 no! Oh no no no! Ah!
Alright, let's see about going all the way across now.
Whoa! Hey! I'm flying! Ah! Look at me! Just gotta get past the thorn plant. To the riverbed and beyond!
No, 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 there we go. Oh, butts. Okay, I killed everyone. Now I just have to get all the way over there. Does it only let me go that high? You wouldn't dare only go that high.
Think happy thoughts.
Oh man, that's rude. Huh. Seriously? Are they doing that to me? Let's see. Oh, and I didn't get the eye either. There's possibly... It's just going to be a windmill plant, isn't it? No, it's not a windmill seed. Okay, we've just solved our conundrum. Okay. Okay.
And they said boy ants couldn't fly.
Really need to be able to change it to the other type. So I need to change it to a windmill. Well, I guess maybe that could work. A little closer. Because hitboxes. Brave is one of my guilty pleasures. I would be happy to talk about it, though. I mean, feel free to talk about it.
Yeah.
I've actually only seen Brave once as well. I just watched it the one time after lots of hype had been going for it, and then I was like, eh. I mean, I didn't dislike it. Let's be clear on that. I did not dislike it. I just didn't feel like gung-ho about it or something. But, you know, I have zero problem with people liking it, and I know it's lots of people's guilty pleasures. Okay, we're trying to get it to the edge without throwing it over the edge. There we go. Alright. I'm not going to have enough grain, though. Watch, I'm going to get 49 again. Watch anything, I'm going to get 49. Oh, thank Thor. Okay, we did it. We did it.
Oh, yeah! Never too much grain. F-L-I-K spells flick. That's me. Well, all right.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Talk about it when we're not distracted. Speaking of distractions, when Flick was flying and saying, and they said boy ants couldn't fly, if we want to go into the fanfiction side of my relationship with A Bug's Life, that is the perfect segue. You will have to cajole me to talk about some of it, though, because... wow. And I actually really have not talked about some of the things before, like, ever in my entire life to any person ever. But it's been a part of me since the first grade. Uh-oh, the cajoling has begun. So, where do I begin? Where do I begin with that one? Because what I turned A Bug's Life into is only a slight resemblance of what A Bug's Life was. Yeah. My goodness. So for starters, as I said, boy ants couldn't fly. I had to make Flick uber cool, so I actually had him have wings that were hidden, I guess, just sticking to your body close enough people couldn't notice. But, wait, isn't your version of Flick like an assassin? He is exactly an assassin. Where it all begins is Flick as a young teenager assassinating the queen's husband in front of Ada and the entire colony. That's where it starts. He was the best archer ever, so he was hovering in the air, flying. Again, I said he could fly, and he shot the Kingy Poo dead, and Ada had the biggest grudge on him for her entire forever. Of course, she didn't know this was Flick. He was going by a different name at that point. And we can go into that too. We can also go into the fact that, yet again, like a lot of my childhood stories, I failed to distinguish between platonic and romantic, and did not think about how they should be, no, I did not distinguish how romantic and familial should be separate. I really didn't pursue a Flick, Ada love relationship that much. But in my version, they were actually secretly siblings. So take what you will of that. We are still only at the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, we are still only at the tip of the iceberg for that. I'll let chat catch up, though. I don't want to dump it so heavy all at once because, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Riverbed Canyon, that's the one that I was thinking was the previous level, and this is the one I don't like. This level. Yeah, this is the one that I really don't like. But after this is the city level, and I liked the city level. Silas said, I feel like part of the problem here is that you didn't have a male sibling and thus didn't really need to learn incest. Okay, you know, that's actually a very fascinating point, is I only had a sister. Yeah, but, you know, again, another story for people who missed that stream where I accidentally had both a romantic and a sibling relationship at the same time was my Frogger fanfiction, where Tad and Jade were brother and sister, and were repeatedly called brother or sister, and also repeatedly were romantic interests in each other. There was no kissing, but by golly, you could feel the sexual tension, and oh my gosh, it did not even cross my head once that this should not have happened. I just wrote them. Like, I don't know how this did not cross into my head, and I think the only other inspiration it could possibly be is freaking Star Wars. Okay, guys? I feel like Star Wars is another part of this equation here, with me accidentally having... And I feel like accident is the correct word, because I didn't think about them coalescing on top of each other, even though they were. Yeah. No, I mean, no, let's be completely straight here. The Frogger thing was incest. Flickin' Ada, the way that I had it, was incest too. Yeah, no, I love Star Wars at this age. I love Star Wars. I feel like this is part of the problem.
Yeah! Big red rocks.
Yep, fuck this one. Fuck this one with a butt. Thorn up the butt. Okay. Yeah. Screw my life. Ugh. Gross.
So that's where I need to go.
Yeah.
Note to self. Stop volunteering.
Would you rather have volunteered or gone to community service, you dumb butt? You were so... Anyway.
Guess it must be mosquito season.
That's an... Oh, well, I was gonna say that's a wasp, but I did walk right in front of a mosquito.
Nice one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah!
I hope this one goes a lot faster than it did when I was a kid, 'cause I hated this level. I feel like I'm going the wrong direction for the start, but whatever.
Super berry. This isn't all it was cracked up to be. Gotcha.
All it's cracked up to be, I just noticed the pun. The cracks. I don't know how I feel about that. So yeah, okay.
Crossing the riverbed.
So, yeah, the way that Flick and Ada worked is that also they did not know they were siblings. Let's be very clear about this one. So when Flick was an assassin, and this was the only name he knew himself by as well, was Elric Azidos, which is way too fancy of a name for A Bug's Life derivative material. Don't ask where I came up with that either, because I do not know. But anyway, that was his assassin name, and all the assassins had assassin names. He had a whole gang of companions who... Okay, maybe I should backtrack and explain why the fuck he was an assassin. Sometimes I have to ignore the puns with all of my might. No, the boy ant was actually really funny. I'm sorry for not commenting on that one. You're right, that deserved comment.
This I can use.
Okay, I remember this part. There's not fall damage in this game, right? No.
Back. Crossing the riverbed.
Man, I can't believe I'm actually talking about this stupid thing. This was secret in my head for the longest time. So, basically I thought about Hopper was doing extra oppression by conscripting a small amount of ants to work for him. Sort of like conscripted military service, just as an extra way of screwing with their minds and keeping them in line. So he had two divisions, the red tags and the gold tags. And one of them was the temporary conscripted people, and the other group was people who decided to stick with him. So the ultimate Judases who basically decided to stay with him, be dangerous fighting bullies and trained by him, and so forth. So the secret of that one was it actually was not as their own choice as you would think it would have been. They were forced into it through torture. Again, I told you, this is where my Wump origin started. So it went very dark very fast, and we're not going to go into details there. I'm sorry, you cannot make me go into details on this part. No. But yeah, so he was forced to do it, and so there was a whole bunch of these gold tags who were known as being the traitors to the colony, stuck in service with Hopper, hating their lives, and they conspired together to escape. And so they did escape, and they basically took on civilian names and tried to hide into the colonies and basically hide themselves from being like wanted criminals, etc. Just trying to blend in and start anew. And that's where Flick, as we know it, happens, is him just trying to blend in, failing to blend in.
That helps.
But he and his friends actually still stuck together because they were trying to overthrow Hopper completely for reals later on. So they were having secret meetings, yada yada yada. Yeah, so that's more or less the setup of it. Flick being the most talented and notorious of the killers because he freaking killed the king. Or I guess I didn't call him the king, the queen's, what's the term for it? Consort? I didn't know the word consort at this age. For killing that guy, you know, obviously he's like the most notorious and feared thing. Like, you know, Rurouni Kenshin, with him being, Hitokiri Batosai, you know, that level of notoriety for being an assassin. And really the amount of parallels between this and Rurouni Kenshin is bizarre. It's really bizarre. It is extremely bizarre. But yeah, basically,
There yet?
he's being extra careful to hide himself because Ada has like a forever grudge on Elric Ezidos, who killed her father. Shocker, shocker. And in my version, basically, during the scene that Flick stands up to Hopper and gets beaten up, everything comes into the open. Hopper reveals who Flick is because he recognizes it. It's an ultimate scene of Ada feeling extremely betrayed and freaked out, and it gets really dramatic, really emotional. There's more Wump than the original. It gets dramatic, and eventually it gets revealed that Flick was the kidnapped prince, and Hopper did it basically to try to, again, keep control on the ants. And I could keep on going, but like that's the basic premises, right? So yeah, I definitely went places. Silas is saying, I want to read this fic now. This is not the reaction I was expecting. How dare you say that? You're saying that ironically, right? Because it's like, why the heck did I come up with this?
Nice back. Oh yeah.
I mean, of course, you know, I'm mocking it now, but I do also, you know, I will say in full honesty, I still like it because it's my childhood self. It's so closely a identity and part of me. And the Elric Ezidos legend I actually revamped several times in different settings just because I didn't want to let it go, and I just took it away from ANTS and increasingly modified it. But technically, I've never given it up, right? So, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out if I should do a final adaptation of it, and if so, how closely I stick to it through my different iterations. Because I went lots of different directions with it, just trying to make it normal?
Big red
Question mark. Jaya says, how have you and Evil Rider not been besties? I mean, let's be real, this is not something that I'm going to admit to everyone. The fact that you guys are hearing this is basically the first time in my life I've told people, because it literally was just my little secret, because again, I went so dark, and I am skipping over some of the, torture porn moments that I liked way too much. I will give younger self credit for coming up with some very creative tortures.
Oh, yeah!
Why this was the area that my brain thought of this, I don't know. I mean, I guess I say I don't know, but let's be real. Again, A Bug's Life is pretty violent, right? It did literally show a character getting beaten up on screen, in a movie advertised to children, which I usually wouldn't have seen otherwise, so it makes sense.
Nice one. Crossing the riverbed. That helps.
Okay, come on.
Nice one.
I need to get up. Why am I missing it? The really obvious
Big
up
red
point.
rocks.
I walked past it. I saw it. Oh, it wants you to get a seed.
Volunteering.
Ah! Almost did not.
Gotcha.
Okay, I know what I have to do.
Am
You
I
also
there
tortured
yet?
Hiccup? Nowhere close to what I did with Flick. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. Although I did have fun with Hiccup, of course. No, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Oh, thank Thor. Okay, I mean, Mulan did two,
Crossing
like,
the riverbed.
did two what? I'm sorry, with the delay, I'm not 100% sure what you're saying. I think I know what you're saying, but
Big
since I'm not
red
100% sure, I just want to double check.
This
Also, I
can
really did not watch Mulan as a kid.
Note to self.
I saw it a few times, but
Yeah.
my family didn't own it. My mom wasn't too enthused about it, and thus I wasn't either. So Mulan was not an influence on me.
Am I there yet? Gotcha.
I mean, that's a little different than beaten up. Like, for whatever reason, watching a character get literally punched and kicked around and struggling
This isn't all it was
in a
cracked
little
up to
bit
be.
more of a visceral way just resonated with me. Yeah. No, that's psychological and that's a short moment. I am not telling you what I did with Flick for a reason, because it went really places. Nothing compares, and you trying to compare it with anything will fail. Believe me. Yeah.
Big
Silas
red
saying, as far as
rocks.
Wump goes, my fun actually happened with Warriors, but never actually wrote the Wump that was in my head. See, I didn't write this down either. I kept it in my head, and it was how I went to sleep at night every single night, was I imagined these scenarios of Flick getting viscerally almost killed
Stop
repeatedly.
volunteering.
Yay, Kayla, you are an amazing person.
Am I there yet? That helps.
So, there's a funny story that goes with this. So,
This isn't all it was cracked up to be.
when I was, close friends with someone and we were sort of confessing secrets to each other, my friend confessed that they used to imagine fictional characters, going through unmentionable things with each other. And I said, oh, I do too!
Crossing the
Thinking
riverbed.
my friend meant more of like the darker, visceral side of things. And then I later found out my friend meant by unmentionable things, she was envisioning shipping material, you know, the bam bam chicka chicka wow wow sorts of things between the characters, and then I was grumpy that we were talking about two completely separate things, and I'm like, nah, I gave a very wrong opinion of myself. I don't imagine that ever at all with anyone.
Note to self: stop volunteering.
I mean, honestly, like, I do honestly feel like something like, most of the Disney canon did not get the type of violence that the Flick getting beaten up scene with Hopper got. Like, I'm not saying, ooh, it's the, you know, darkest thing ever, but I do think it was distinct in how it was shown. I really do. Like, you know, cartoon violence on its own is pretty normal, and I don't consider that, ooh, most of the time. This one, I think, just hit slightly enough at my angles that I just went with it and went 360 in ways that other media would not have been able to inspire me with. How did you get that up there? Oh, yeah.
Big red rock.
Yep. Sex and violence, right? Yep. Nope, Haddock would never imagine people, sexing each other. Ever. Oh, I remember how to get the seeds up. Oh, that's poop. Okay, I can't do this part yet.
There yet?
Ugh, I hate this level. Why am I doing it? Why am I not just going to the end? Let's just go to the end, guys. Yell at me, say, Haddock, you don't want to finish this level. You don't want a completionist. Just go to the end. 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 Let's not completionist something that I don't like. Come on, fishy. And the more levels I can show that way.
Crossing the riverbed. Picking up grain here.
Screw my life. That is a lot of stuff to dodge. Thankfully, I am adroit. Oh, is that? Please don't tell me that has to be a... Yeah,
I can use.
Dang it. I do have to get some... Screw my life. Oh, why? Freaking why do I have to get some of these seeds? Why do they make it this tedious? There's not even variety. It's just the same thing with variation. Yeah! Oh, there's the rose. Is that enough? Please let the rose be enough.
Am I there yet?
Thank you, Silas. Thank you for yelling me at completion. That was grammar! How am I a writer when I can't even talk like a normal human being? Yeah, we're not completioning. We're just getting that one last grain. Oh man, I should not have gotten it, because otherwise I would have had 42.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shoot. I'm grumpy at this level too. Also, tell me how you're doing on stamina, because I don't want to make this stream go on for 300 years. So, just let me know. But I'm just enjoying hanging out with you guys. Oh, I never did finish my thought. Yeah, I never wrote this down. I intentionally never wrote this down. Because I imagined it in my head every single night with infinite variations. Infinite variations. And I wish that I remembered them all, but obviously I don't. And of course the infinite variations contradicted each other, but there were certain paths that I liked more than others and tended to go with more than others. But my first attempt at preserving it was in high school, indirectly, through a story called Imagination, which was a highly ambitious project, and thus I never finished it. part of imagination involved the main character Hadley imagining a story in her head, and every single time I had a chapter of her imagining the story in her head, she imagined it differently. Ergo, I could capture all the variations. I changed the ants to mythical creatures called Jelini, that were a little bit more mammalian, but they kept their wings. I kept the idea of colonies and hills, and I changed Hopper to Hepre. That's very subtle. And so I thought I could capture everything down indirectly without telling people what this actually is. I didn't expect people to read imagination anyway. I can write it all down. I can capture all the different variations I had in my memories without actually writing down the A Bug's Life thing, because I had no plans of ever writing that down in my entire life. I never got very far in imagination, though. And then the next time I tried to adapt, this was my freshman year of college, where I actually animate it up. By this point, I was familiar with Rurouni Kenshin. I had gone through Full Metal Alchemist, and I humanized the characters and put them in a modern city named Retris. And at this point, my character, Elric Ezidos, was a human with purple hair and red eyes, and you've seen artwork of that. I have shared that one, and that's the most, that was the next one, and then there were 2 more variations beyond that that I tried to do for adaptations. So, it's permutated. You're vibing, and you want to talk a lot on Discord afterwards? That sounds fantastic. Hey, I'm doing another break because, for some strange reason, drinking a ton of caffeine quickly makes you have to release the caffeine out of the other end very quickly. So I'm doing another pee-pee break. And I know it's already been 2 hours of streaming, so seriously tell me when you guys want to stop, because usually I only have my streams go for 2 hours, because I don't want to fatigue people. I don't want to be presumptuous to the point that people will pay attention to me for hours upon hours. I just want to hang out with friends and have a good time for however long is natural. So that's why I'm checking with you guys, checking what your vibe is, checking what your temperature is. So let me know how much you want to go. I'm still in the mood to keep playing. I'm still in the mood to keep hanging out with people because it's refreshing to be with friends. But yeah, you let me know as I go pee-pee. Alright, Silas saying, if you want to cut it, you can do that. I regularly vibe for longer with this and other streams, but others aren't like me. Granted, I also just listen to those with Minecraft. And you're enjoying? Oh, thank you. That's really nice. I'm glad. I'm enjoying hanging with you guys. And if you guys are both still enjoying it, then I will do the next level. Because I'm enjoying it, and really, I need breaks like this. Most evenings, I've been working, doing my second and third jobs after I finish my first. So actually just not doing work for an evening has felt really good. It's felt really good. So I'm happy to keep vibing. And I'm also like you, where I like streams in the background for hours. Sometimes I'll do work at the same time while watching a stream. It's just a great way to just vibe. I love it. And also, kudos on you doing all those modules.
Buggy bug world out there. One of those circle of life.
It's the circle. Oh wow, that was so out of tune. We're stopping because that was out of tune.
The ants fit the grass grasshoppers eat the food.
And the birds eat the grasshoppers. Hey, like the one that nearly ate you. You remember? You remember? Oh, you should have seen it, okay? This blue jay, he has it halfway down his throat, okay? And Papa's kicking and screaming, okay? And I'm scared. Oh, I'm not going anywhere near, okay? Oh, come on! It's a great story.
They pick such random clips for this. For this game. The clips don't even make sense. It's hilarious. I know it was normal in those video game days to pick stupid clips, but wow, they're picking stupid clips. There we go. I'm still so happy to have Avocado with me. He came today. Isn't he so cute? I'm sorry. I'm just like so happy that I have Avocado. This is a very rare figure. We're not talking about it. It was released in October of 2022 and it's already rare. It makes me pissed. So, yeah. Enjoy my space cat! I'm such a child. Okay, defeat the bird. I remember hating this level too.
Yeah! This is gonna be trouble.
No fucking duh, it's a bird. Of course it's trouble. Did you expect it to be like a little happy place where you get to smooch with the bird? Your little lovemaking fest with a bird? Interspecies romance?
Oh yeah! Nice one. This I can use.
Still a better romance than what I wrote as a kid, apparently, since I could not do it without incest! I'm kidding. I wrote plenty of stories of romances without incest. That's like the bare minimum. I know, shut up, but...
Picking up green
Why
here.
did I do this?
Bye-bye.
Why was it repeated?
I can do some damage with this.
If I got a dime per the number of times I wrote family incest, it would be 2 dimes, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice. Silas, I am going to murder you with murder for that comment. That is the best comment I've seen in my life. I love you so much. I cannot express how much I love you for what you just said. Oh my gosh. That is peak comedy.
Bye-bye, Buggy.
Hey, new crack ship. Flick and bury the bee. Discuss.
Nice one. Yeah!
Oh, balls. No! I pushed jump!
Gotta get to the top.
No, balls! No, 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 wrong button. Okay, so there's a blue thing right there. Is that supposed to tell me something? Come on, let me open it. So, I don't remember exactly what the green thing did. So I'm gonna re-grab this to remember. I think it was a shield.
Gotta get to the top.
Yeah, it's a shield. Okay.
Oh yeah!
Man, see? Look at the flute again. There's the K. Okay.
This I can use. I taste very, very bitter.
Isn't that sort of true? Don't ants actually taste bitter?
Can I interest you in a nice, tasty grasshopper?
Okay. Rotate. Stay. Let me jump. Okay. Why? Oh man, this is crappy.
Oh yeah!
I remember what that is. Okay. I know what's happening. Hey Silas, is this beyond the levels you played? Yes? Yay? Nay? Because didn't you say that you went as far as,
Tweet tweet, birdie birdie, tweet tweet.
the, flying level? Okay, I remember this. Let's just defeat the bird and move on. My poor completionist side is screaming at me each time I do this, but I know
Nice one.
it is the correct course of action. Quit caring, fishy, and do your shit.
Gotta get to the top.
Quit.
I can do this.
Oh my gosh,
Just
that's a
bird,
good
right?
life motto. Quit caring, fishy, and do your shit. I need to write that in embroidery and put it on my wall. I imagine most bugs have a nutty sort of flavor, actually, since they're crunchy protein, sort of. Apparently, they're good with chocolate. See, I think ants would be bitter, because bitter plus chocolate would be really good. As you said, sort of like almonds, right? Like, that would be a legitimately good idea.
Bye-bye, Buggy. There aren't enough ants here to make a meal.
No, Haddock, you're trying to completionist again. Stop, 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 stop. Quit fretting and do your shit. Quit fretting and do your shit. So the tulips are gonna be shooty shooties. I do remember this. We get the shooty shooty, the freaking bird. Is it gonna hit the bird? Do I have to lure the bird?
Oh, yeah!
Why are there blue spots right there? I don't know.
Nice one.
Ah, why am I doing that? I need to... Okay.
Look, a nice juicy worm over there.
I like how you're throwing people... Like, Flick, that is murderous. Oh yeah, how about other people... Oh, wait, no. Okay, is there one that is carryable?
Gotta get to the top.
Yeah, I know that.
That.
Is that the only one? That's the only seed down there, isn't it? Aside from this one, which I'm pretty sure is... Yeah, permanent. That is also permanent. Might as well. Do I lure bird? Because I remember those things hit the bird. I'm clearly missing something still. Why? What's missing?
Oh, come on, I'm too puny to eat.
What's missing?
Nice one.
Do I have to go over somewhere to attract the bird?
I taste very, very bitter.
I thought this was it. Can I jump? Nah. Hey, someone want to look up what I'm missing? I'm pretty sure I don't need any more of those. Oh, Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. That should... Come on, where's the blue? The blue thing.
Gotta get to the top. Can I
Here's the
interest
blue
you in a
thing.
nice tasty super jump?
Okay, that's the... Oh, super jump. That doesn't... help. Except it does get me to the K. Yeah, this would have been easier if I jumped this earlier. Cricket flower tastes bitter. Okay, so we're still dealing with ants tasting bitter.
This I can use.
Maybe that's where I should go.
That helps.
Oh, okay. Yo recuerdo que yo necesito hacer. Ah! Poopity fart butts. Okay.
Gotta get to
We
the
are
top.
almost done. I know what's happening. I remember. I recollect. With all of my great memory capabilities.
Birdie, tweet, tweet.
Okay. Here we go. This one shoots upward. Once I do the right
I can
one.
do this. It's just a bird, right?
Okay. Up. Shoot up. Hit up.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Nice one.
That's hitting the bird,
Back.
right? I'm not seeing its...
Yeah. There aren't enough ants here to make a meal.
Okay, there we go.
Back.
There we go. Yep, there we go. Okay,
Hi, birdie.
there we go. Victory. Oh, that was relieving. I was so pissed for a second that I would have to
Never
open
too
up a
much
game
brain,
guide for a
Beth.
kid's game.
L-I-K spells flick. That's sweet. All right.
Huh, I actually completioned it after all.
Okay.
Silas is saying, Haddock, please do it. You're just begging for it. Also, one thing that threw me for a loop with the rewatch was hearing Niles Crane as Slim. That was obviously something I didn't know as a kid. Then I hear it now and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's freaking Niles Crane! Hey, we finally got to the city, which was what I wanted to get to for the stream, was get to the city. Okay, so notice. See, that's the Pizza Hut truck from Toy Story, and that trailer is the trailer that Randall gets beat the shit out of at the end of Monsters, Inc.
Harry, no! Don't look at the lights! I can't help it.
It's so beautiful. That was one of the quotes that I repeated all the time as a kid.
Try not to look at the country bug. Blend.
You are the most hick you could possibly be, Flick. Complete hick. See, lots of people talk about the A Bug's Life movie not being as conceptually groundbreaking as other Pixar films, and I understand because those go into really unique ideas like, what if monsters were scared by children instead of children scared by monsters? You know, lots of reversals like that. A Bug's Life doesn't have a reversal. It's an Aesop's fable come to life, the ant and the grasshopper, which I think on its own is actually very creative, and A Bug's Life is very creative. So I don't mind that it doesn't have some of the classic Pixar reversals and ideological centricity, because I think A Bug's Life is just such a bizarre premise, and I like how they utilize the world. It all makes sense. Lots of times when you have modern technology and modern world references in an environment where it's not modern technology or a modern world, it comes off as hokey. In A Bug's Life, for me, it comes off more as creative and resourceful. The way that they made the bird, the fact that they were using cracker boxes for circus cars, and they're using Chinese takeout boxes and matches, and
Wow, the city.
the city is just a bunch of cardboard boxes and so forth, but at an ant level it comes off looking like skyscrapers. How we made, you know, like, for me, I just feel like it has a lot of entertainment to it in the resourcefulness of trying to translate things to a bug world. I enjoy it. Silas saying the reversal here is that the grasshopper is oppressing the ant and the ant rebels in a way that is so important to... Yeah. No, I love the themes of A Bug's Life, and especially rewatching as an adult. Like, again, as I said, Hopper is realistic. Like, we need to give
Berries don't work.
credit
Invincible.
to how realistic
Little ant, big city.
Hopper is as a villain, which, you know, you don't really think about as a kid. But it's wild. He's showing very real ways in which you threaten people to stay in line. It's super cool.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean,
There's the tourist information.
again, talking about underappreciated villains. Come on. Come on.
this
We
is
need to
just
talk
like
about
home.
Hopper more. Silas is saying the grasshopper in the original fable didn't have any interaction with the ant besides being friends. Now he's forcing the ant to feed him instead of dying. Yeah. And I think it's a very creative idea is to take this story and turn it into oppression. It's very interesting, and also just the way you hear Hopper belittling
Now to find those warriors.
the ants for being lesser. It's just, gosh, it's so good. It's so interesting. The way that Hopper intimidates his people into staying in line, it's just so good. Like, I know I'm rambling rather than saying something intelligent right now, but I hope that through the cracks of my word vomit, something semi-meaningful comes out of it.
Yeah! Nice one. Top bug. Yeah! Nice one. Bye-bye, Buggy. That helps. Super berry. This is the city. Nice one.
You know, because honestly, a lot of the sort of crime boss sorts of characters come off as hokey in movies, even in adult movies where they're supposed to be taken seriously. I feel like Hopper actually is legitimately well written.
Where's the tourist information?
It's... Yeah, no, again, underrated villain. Silas, okay, but Hopper knowing that the raw numbers mean that they're going to win if they're not scared, and then, yep. It's so cool. Like, that sombrero
Well, this is just like home.
pep talk that he has with the other grasshoppers. I love how they illustrate it, too, in the movie, is he's showing them how powerful a bunch of nuts can be at once, aka a bunch of ants. But actually, it could even be seeds, which plays into the theme of Flick and Dot with their rock. But he does so in a way where he takes one and he throws it. But it's not just that he shows how all of these nuts coming together are dangerous. It's that he's so ruthless that when he hears that these employees of his are conspiring against him to stay home, is he deals with them by killing them. He intimidates his own people into line. It's very effective on multiple fronts of showing the exact type of person we're dealing with in Hopper. As far as if those are nuts, I don't know if people remember the conversation between Flick and Dot. That is very important. Ah, I slipped. Regarding Flick telling Dot that she's just a seed, she hasn't grown up yet to be a mighty tree, which is a very frequent sort of analogy that we make, but you know, you can also
Little ant,
tie
big
things
city.
together if you want.
Need more berry power. Bye-bye, Buggy.
Maybe I don't really need to do this, but I was
Where's
gonna
the
just
tourist
get
information?
stuff right away so I can speed the rest of this. Okay.
That.
So that's the one that can't. This is the one that can move.
Well, this is just like home.
Jaya is saying the Grasshoppers in the version I've read in the Fable is a very chill dude. He just wants to play violin and paint. Yeah, no, that's true. It is. You guys are right that it's more original than I was giving credit for in my initial framing.
Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, come on.
Ugh, you can't step on that. That's contrived. And that's 10. Okay, I don't have 10 anyway.
Now to find those warriors.
I was gonna get, where did the... There it is. That's what I was wanting. No, there we go. That's all I wanted to move on, was
City.
get
This I
that.
can use.
Oh, that's the wrong one anyway. Whatever. Let's move forward. It says arrow. No, they does want me to go that way.
Ah, bugs. Well, will you look at that? Ah! This is the city.
Okay.
Little
I only
ant,
have
big
9
city.
grains. Where is another grain?
Take that! Ah!
Oh,
There's
it's
the
up
time
there.
information.
Okay.
That helps.
Okay. I know what I need to do. Good.
Oh.
As I said, I'm rushing it so fast that I'm killing myself. Oh, you can get grain from killing people? That's... was unremembered. But let's get this grain anyway, because this could save
Well,
my
this is
buttocks
just like
later down the
home.
road. So I might type all the things that I think about Hopper because I can be a
Excuse me,
little
pardon
bit
me.
more controlled in my verbiage through text, because then I can edit myself. Oh, that's the button to change it. Okay. But mostly what I'm thinking
Now to
about
find
is...
those warriors.
The reason why I can't talk at the same time is actually because of the audio, so I'm going to turn the audio down. That's why I've been struggling to talk the entire time, is actually the audio has been too much for my brain. Okay, the things that I'm looking at for why Hopper is such a realistic villain and more like a thug is threatening Dot in front of Thumper, in front of the entire crowd, letting his goons beat Ants up at the beginning. If you notice, there's a foreshadowing there because Flick's one of the 3 that gets kicked around a bit. Hopper... The way Hopper talks to people, like, you know, to Ada, or do you say I'm stupid, do I look stupid to you? The sheer amount of crime bossitude and taking control and knowing how to keep control in line by using force to scare people, that whole speech with his people getting buried, we know that one.
Little ant, big city.
Just his immediate ability to control his goons, including Thumper, just the snap of his fingers, the fact he's so willing to injure his own people, kill his own people, kill the people he's subjecting, because the whole plot is, you know, he's going to murder the queen.
Where's the tourist
He's going
information?
to assassinate the queen. When he finds out that Flick was behind the bird, his immediate reaction was, I'm going to have my goon kill you. Like, not even him directly kill Flick, because he's so in control, he has his goon kill him. You know, there's just so many little details like that, which makes Hopper such a convincing
Well, this is just like
sort of
home.
dude.
Nice one.
Oh, the card. Card is clever. I will give credit to the card.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Oh! This game is very forgiving in some ways, though.
Now to find those
This is not
warriors.
gonna work. Nope. I don't care. I'm not gonna completion
Nice
this
one.
anyway. I just need to get out of here. Donde está? Oh, it's a card deck. That's cute. Okay. Or is it a cigarette box?
Wow, the city. This I can use.
Oh, why do they? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Go.
Top box. That helps.
I don't know why I would need that. I don't know why I would need that either. I can use that for purposes probably not intended.
This is the city.
Oh man, the camera on this game is driving me
big
butt
city.
wads. 20.
Gotcha. I need more
Just
grain.
kill people until I get 20.
Grain, grain, grain. Where's the
Wait
tourist
and-
information?
Until that guy regens. Maybe call it quits after this next completion, since this is now quite a bit of... Oh! It's deaths per... Okay, I know how this grain death works now.
That.
Each individual
Well, this
bug
is just like home.
drops a grain.
Progress.
What's Hopper's incentive to kill the queen? To keep them in line. They've been insurrecting so much. And I think
Excuse me,
another nice, clever subtlety in this is because A Bug's Life is very tight in character motivations. Like, rewatching it, I was impressed with the tightness of the logic and how everything proceeded together. Hopper senses that Ada is not confident in herself at the beginning. So, you know, if Hopper wants to keep everyone in line, he's actually
find those
good to both,
warriors.
number one, set an example that people won't forget for the fact that they grieved him very wrongly. Like, he gave them 2 tries to collect enough grain for the grasshoppers. The second time was already a really steep penalty. The fact that they failed that, he was going to make them never forget failing him.
Nice
Freak
one.
them out. So that was
Bye-bye,
one of them.
Buggy.
And then the other reason is, again, Ada. She is more likely to follow Hopper as he probably sees it, because the last time he saw her, she was so unconfident. So he's getting rid of the leadership, for which is the fault. You know, one of the first things that Hopper says to Ada is, when you're the leader, everything is your fault. So getting rid of the current leadership that screwed him over, giving everyone a lesson, and getting wimpier, more spineless leadership. Which is really quite
This
brilliant
I
all
can
things
see.
around. If Ada had not had Flick to relate with,
Bye-bye, Buggy.
it would have worked. So I think the motivation to kill the queen was incredibly smart and multifaceted, and just like, dang. Set an example is the TLDR.
Little ant, big city. Gotcha. Yeah.
The ultimate punishment, right? The ultimate way to subject people, to take away all their authority, to demoralize them.
Where's the tourist
It's
information?
delicious stuff. That stupid grasshopper understands
Well, this is
control.
just like home.
Okay, reading Silas's comment when I am in safety. There we go. Silas says that I hate on one of my first thoughts was all that Hopper should have been a way creepier relationship with Ada and that he sexually exploits her as much as try to force her into a submissive queen role. You know, if I knew what sex was as a kid, then just kidding. Yeah, no, in a more adultified A Bug's Life, like if you take
Now to find
the
those
concepts of it,
warriors.
he could have done that as well. I like that it wasn't sexual. I mean, not like they would have. Not like it's as likely in a G-rated movie. But I like that it was merely Hopper looks at her so underneath that he's like,
Wow, the city.
does not freaking care. And I know that there's a lot of degrading that goes in sexually exploiting people as well, and another great way of demoralizing and
Bye-bye,
keeping
Buggy.
people in line. But yeah. They already showed more than enough ways that he was knowledgeable of controlling them.
Nice one. This is the city.
Another one of the things that I was talking about with Silas yesterday is one of the things that I miss in lots of movies is the tightness
Bye-bye,
of
Buggy.
scripts. One of the things that I noticed with a rewatch in A Bug's Life was how
Big city.
everything was very logically pointed out. Every single scene was scaffolded in a good way to
Where's the
progress
tourist
the
information?
plot.
Oh yeah.
Everything was built one thing upon another, but at the same time, one thing that we have lost in
Bye-bye,
our
Buggy.
movies is that we try to make some spectacles. So we make less tight plots, and we try to show more spectacle.
Well,
A
this
Bug's
is just
Life
like home.
feels a pretty calm pace. It's not a long movie, but it feels like everything is given the time it's due. There's
yeah.
breather moments. You know, you're just methodically chugging along as things get more and more serious. And so I miss things like that, where we really understand making tight motivations, having no plot holes,
Excuse me, pardon me.
having everything just in its proper place.
Progress.
Both character-wise
Yeah.
and structure-wise and
Now to
escalation-wise.
find those
Just
warriors.
tired of mess. Oh, there. Here's our weirdos.
Well, hello down there. May I suggest that you find the rest of our troops?
See?
Then we can meet again at the bug.
Niles Crane.
The bars where I'll send them back to the dung heap.
Easy as pie.
At bars pie, no?
What?
I like raspberry. Excuse me, but can you handle grasshoppers?
His mouth opens.
If you need help handling a crowd, our troop here guarantees a performance like no other. Why, when your grasshoppers arrive, we are gonna knock them dead.
I like Heinleich's face. I liked how Flick actually had a talking animation that I never noticed before. He has 3 different mouth shapes. Alright, I said I was gonna stop after this one. I literally could keep talking about this freaking movie. I don't know why. I understand that it's not the best movie ever made, but at the same time, I think it holds up. I have the nostalgia factor for many reasons, as I talked about, and is, as I kept on talking about throughout the stream as well, it's really refreshing to go back to some of the old ways of portraying things that we've lost in movies in especially the last 10 years. Until I will die on. Oh, that was good in all the right ways. I actually liked that. Oh, that was applause for you to that. Yeah, see, the thing is, A Bug's Life is solid. Whether or not it makes an impression on you, it's solid. There's a huge cast of characters, all of them are distinct, so you can remember them and characterize them. Everyone's decisions make sense. Everything goes from one thing to another, even though it's a weird concept. A man hires circus insects to be warriors to fight off their oppressors. So they decide to build a mechanical bird. Like, it's a weird concept, but I like it. So, I guess this means I should end the stream. It was really great hanging out with you guys, and I enjoyed going through this game, which is mediocre, but man, it brings back memories, and I love going back through old games just to rehash things, rehash what childhood was like, rehash what my old motivations were, rehash things that made me who I am today. And A Bug's Life is undoubtedly one of the largest creative influences in my life, which is interesting to consider. So it's been a long time since I've engaged with the movie, so engaging with any of this again has been a fantastic ride, and I'm grateful that you guys have been there with me while I could reminisce. So you didn't like the twist right there, and Silas. Sorry, I gave like a good ending speech and then I'm distracted by what you guys said because it's good stuff. Yeah, again, I do agree with this Francis thing because, there are a lot of mistaken gender jokes that age poorly. There's some I still think are funny and I agree aged poorly. Francis does not feel like he aged poorly. Francis doesn't feel like he has fragile masculinity so much as irritation people assume who he is before they know him. And, you know, maybe people could say, oh, that's fragile masculinity, but there's multiple ways to read it, and that's what makes it sort of fresh. And, the conclusion isn't, oh, people figure out Francis is a man. The conclusion is people call Francis she still. He's the Barry Scouts' honorary mom, and he's okay with it, and he got in touch, they literally say, with his feminine side, and Francis agrees with it rather than getting ticked at it. Like, there's gender embracing going on even within the jokes, and lots of the jokes about mistaken identity aren't ha ha, it's a man. It's more about playing on the phrase ladybug and playing on the idea of Francis being a I'll kick your butts for messing up, and him fighting back against sleazeholes. And a man fighting back against sleazeholes is timeless. So, yeah, I don't have problems with it. I don't think the Francis jokes feel dated to me. Would they be made today? No, absolutely not. But they don't feel like you cringe when you hear them. Not in my book. Responding to Jaya's comment about it annoyed you with the twist that the suckers bugs were not warriors and there was a misunderstanding. I think that is a cool setup. Like, it would have been cool for them to be warriors because, you know, we're thinking about a fight and we're wanting that fight along with all the rest of the ants. Screw it, we're talking so much, we're starting City Square. Just start talking while something's going on in the background. You know, that whole... The ants aren't exactly what I would call bloodthirsty, but they are so desperate for salvation that they're looking to war. Like, they are planning a literal uprising that they know could backfire and kill them because they're that desperate against an oppressor. So they are willing to fight. And the fact that it wasn't warriors puts the entire kink into every single plan. And what it does is it puts the blame back onto Flick. And that's important. because when the secret gets found out, it's not just that they're circus bugs that's the shocker to people, it's the fact that Flick, their ambassador, knew that they were circus bugs. And that this man who has a reputation of repeatedly screwing up the colony, to the point he's repeatedly doing community service, and they already, like, want to get rid of him. Like, Ada literally basically sends him off the island in hopes he will die. That is actually a plot point. Well, not die or get lost for months, you know, whatever. She wants him to disappear. This man who is known for screwing up the colony ends up doing this very intentionally. And when Ada has started to develop feelings for him, and everyone's beliefs in salvation weren't on the false performance of the circus performers, it was ultimately everyone's desire for salvation was based on this man who was the screw-up. And that's the ultimate gut wrench, is when you realize the bird that you thought would be your salvation was just another invention by the man who got you in this mess in the first place.
Yeah! Okay, where do I find an army?
And yep, Francis is a mom. He is the mom. Alright, so, have I said enough? Are we going to keep on talking about these things? Should I stop it now? I just pulled up the next level just so that I would have something in the background for you guys to watch while we talk about what I think are really important and fascinating and in-depth topics. So I was just fostering a debate right here, but if you guys are done, then we are done, or we could switch it to Discord. I just wanted to make sure that the conversation got its due respectfully.
Nice one.
Silas says, oh, okay, sorry. Jaya says, I get it is the point, but I was promised a fight. I think that's, again, the big kicker, and one of the most gut-wrenching things about it is that was their desire for salvation was for the fight. And, you know, we as the audience members are getting pretty excited for the fight too. I think we get some of the release because the main idea of a fight was actually going to be the bird. Even when people thought that they were warriors, the promise was that the warriors would create the bird as the ultimate way of getting rid of Hopper. And we got the bird. The bird was treated as the salvation. We got the bird. We got exactly what the warriors were planned to do. We got what we were promised there. And like all good storytelling, the plan that we as the audience is told will succeed doesn't succeed, and the characters have to go off script for the final big push. So we get all of that. We get all of the drama. We get all the fight. We get all the ants pretending to be killed with all of the blood. Everyone dying everywhere. The bird goes wrong, we get that, and then we get the really cool messages of Flick standing up to Hopper, even though physically it is impossible for him to stand up to Hopper, and Flick being willing to stand up to Hopper even though he knows it is going to result in his harm. Like, there's no way that when Flick said, "I'm the one you want," that he didn't know he was going to be completely fucked up, and that he had a high chance of not surviving, and he stood up anyway. And that idea of standing up in the face of oppression, even when all seems lost, standing up in the face of oppression, even when it's dangerous, even when it's not just some cool fight, like, that's powerful. And that was the point that got everyone to link arms to really be like, enough is enough, and really show the ants standing in solidarity. They're not just the captive audience watching from a distance as the bird happens. They're not passive. Every single ant in the colony is now completely standing their ground, completely standing up, willing to fight. And chase off the grasshoppers. And they do fight the grasshoppers, let's be clear. They actually grab the grasshoppers. There is a mob that literally basically tears them apart. Like, holy cow. We get our fight. We more than get our fight. No, I mean, no, that's valid as a kid. And a kid's gonna feel what the kid's gonna feel. And hell, even adults gonna feel what an adult's gonna feel, right? But as an adult, man, I can really appreciate it. As a kid, I was never someone who questioned plot. and how it could have been better, so I never felt cheated. I just... It
Gee,
was my
you're never
vibe,
gonna
and
believe
especially
this back on
because
Ant Island.
Flick getting beaten up was my favorite scene, and still is my favorite scene, and I did not rewind it to watch it twice yesterday or anything. I can't complain because it gave me my favorite scene.
Where do I find an army? Grain, grain, grain.
Silas hitting it for the win. I say a million words that make no sense. Silas gets it with the sentence like kapow. That's it. Frame that on the wall. The ants didn't need the warriors. You know, again, point to the current strikes going on with the writers. Yeah, I mean, obviously having allies is important, but all the people in the Union working together.
This I can use.
That's the sexy stuff. Everyone trying to unionize, everyone going on strike. Sorry, that's the wrong word. Everyone going on strike at once. That's the important stuff. You're not relying on some savior to swoop out in the sky and fight for you. You're taking it front and gritty yourself. And that's cool. That's cool stuff.
I could get used to this.
How did I know that this stream was going to go into social commentary? I just knew it was. I'm like, there's no way we're not talking about number one, the Disney versus Pixar battle, and number two, the social commentary. I'm like, we're going to hit both those tonight, and lo and behold, we did. So, is that enough for tonight?
Gee,
Do we need to talk about this anymore? I just wanted to make sure, again, that these get their fair due. But I also don't want to string you guys on for forever. So. Yep.
Okay, where do I find an army?
There's tuck and roll. As a kid, I did not realize they were speaking another language. Like, literally as a kid, I just thought they were saying nonsense and they were weird. But now it makes sense. And again, talking about everything being planned so intentionally, they told Flick, because they were rushing off in a hurry to not get beaten up by the flies that were angry at Francis picking a fight with them. They ran out of the city and they told Flick, you can tell us the details of the gig on the way. And Flick does. And the reason why that works is even though Flick told people everything, the people he told everything to were Tuck and Roll, who don't speak English. And so Flick thinks that he's explained everything to the right people. He's explained it to the people who don't understand, so it never gets passed along, so the misunderstanding continues. That's smart writing. And it's always little things like that throughout the entire movie that makes everything so grounded.
Just gotta find help.
It's Polish, I think. I think Tuck and Roll are speaking Polish. Double check me on that one.
Nice one.
But it's something interesting.
Oh. Wow. So this is the city.
Gosh. I'm walking around in circles.
I could get used to this.
Balls, and then I fall down. Oh, look, there's Tuck and Roll's sign. Dang it, I already saw them. Have I gotten up here? The reason why I don't like the city levels is, well, actually I do like the city levels. They're good. But the reason why as a kid I was disappointed with the visuals is because they're not buildings. Like, they just have random boxes and the boxes aren't being used for anything. It's not actually buildings, etc. like the city was in the show. And that doesn't require making... Okay.
Wow, so this is the city. Ow! Nice one.
Okay. So are we done with the topics? Are we good with calling it a night? Silas said, one thing I caught in my rewatch of mine is the distraction that Manny was doing, yeah. Oh, a Szechuan, yeah.
Back on Ant Island.
I mean, Manny and Gypsy are characters where, nowadays would not be accepted. I mean, even Gypsy's name nowadays wouldn't be accepted. I don't care 1 second. I I'm fine with it because they are intended to be hokey. Like, they took all
Okay,
of the
where do I
stereotypical
find
things
an
about
army?
circus, and showed them bad at it.
This I can use.
And yeah, Manny and Gypsy get better and, you know, whatever. I don't care because it's supposed to be what we're familiar with the old-time circuses. I don't care.
Oh, come
Hi,
on.
Theory.
Just got
The stream is alive. Unfortunately, I am just about to call it quits, because we have been going
Wow,
on
so
for
this is the
quite a
city.
while. So yeah, as I just typed, I am gonna call it quits, as I said I would quite a while ago. We're not blaming Fury. Fury is not murder. Fury is awesome. Fury is the opposite of murder. Fury is wonderfulness, fantasticfulness, and every beautiful thing.
I could get used to this.
But yeah, I did say I was gonna quit the stream quite a while ago. I do need to do something called sleeping. And yeah, we can also switch conversations to Discord if anyone wants. And I appreciate us talking about lesser appreciated Disney Pixar.
Gee, they're never gonna believe this back on Ant Island.
Yep, so Haddock is killing stream. So goodbye to everyone, and thank you again for popping in. So yes, I am going to exit it. I do love the convo too, as Silas said. It's a really good convo, and that's why I continued the stream. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a good topic. And these are the type of meaty topics that I was really hoping that the stream would bring up, because there's so much to talk about this movie. So thank you guys. I love you guys. I love all of you. Thank you, Fury. Thank you, Jaya. Thank you, Brady. Thank you, Silas, for hopping in. Thank you for any lurkers that may or might not have been there. I wasn't watching close enough to the numbers to know if there was any lurkers. But thanks again, guys. I don't know if I should continue this game or not. I'm willing for people to vote on that one, but I'm just glad that the stream worked because I was worried that it would not. So, to be continued on Discord, as Jaya said. Thanks for hanging out. I love you guys so much.
Oh yeah!
There we go. There we go. Toodles!